Hey guys and gals of YouTube, how y'all doing? Dave Boyd here, and some work planned for tomorrow for the car. Got some stuff done today. Anyways, I was going through and talk about some of the stuff about nostalgia and take you back in time, which I definitely feel that way about Lego. So I dusted off from the shelf. Now the stickers have been long lost. The stickers would be the circle with the little arrows, which was like the sign of transport, like Lego City. And it's called 787 or 687 Caravelle Jet. This is the very first Lego set I ever got. You remember these old wheels? These are for wheelbarrows and other things. This is a famous brittle plastic, the brittle blue. And this is all printed. And that's printed. But there were stickers that went on this side here and here. In my collection, I have a perfect one that still has the stickers, but this is my childhood toy here. It's a pretty cool plane, I think. It really works. I think someone once commented when I first talked about this probably years ago that if this was in a blister bag now, or maybe a little bit more modern design, probably smoothed out, it probably would still sell, $9.99 or $15.99, whatever the price would be. If nothing else, it'd give you some cool plates and bricks. But there's no, the only specialized piece is this tail. At the time, these wheels were not particularly special. And you notice these are not the ones like from the space set. These, God, my fingernails are always filthy, aren't they? Car grease. Anyways, we had the smooth wheels. But it works, Has good, what do they say, swooshability. Yeah, still around. But I really like toy cars and trucks because, of course, that was common at that time. Now, there's a generation, it's called Model Builder, which used light clear and black plates. Those are from the 60s, and I have quite a collection of them. And then they used ones like in the early 70s, 72 to 74, I think, like 710 record truck. And that used a printed 1x6, like this one here. Instead of the 1x4, it uses a big 1x6. This right here allowed steering, and there's a little, which this one feels like it's broken, but there's a little plastic piece comes down, it's all molded. And this right here goes back to the model trucks from the 60s and Lego's famous steering, which the hook works good. You can either hook the car or just, Lego clip it. Got a little metal crank on this side. I liked the truck a lot as a kid because of this dual build. And I kind of, as a kid, really liked this opening here. Oh, also the model trucks did not have this printed front end. They had like a little loop. In fact, they still make that little 2x6, but it's got this circular part on the front of it. It's common even in Star Wars. And what we would do with that as kids, we would put a little string and, tow it along. Sorry, I didn't mean to make the Popeye face. These bricks are kind of curious. You can still find these on eBay. This allows your steering, but these can be used in all sorts of mocks and things. Oh yes, and before I forget, the best feature about these trucks are the doors open on them. And I don't have a minifigure handy. There's a rod that does the steering, but this is pretty close to minifigure size. I mean, you could pull it off, and it's pretty wide vehicle. Anyways, the other half of this set was a blue car. Also, yeah, that's right. You're going, wait a minute. It's the same front end. And it works. It's a basic coupe. Kind of looks like a Buick Riviera, actually. And what I want to point out is these bricks here. You go see the evolution of Lego. The bricks here are 2x3 clear slopes, or trans slopes, whatever you want to call them. And the back window is a 1x4. Now, the 1x4 predates the 2x3s, and I can prove that. Also, these spoked wheels, and they do have the Lego emblem in the center, and you can put a stud on that. So you can give it a hubcap or a wheel cover. The earlier generation had to have 4 studs on the tires, on the wheels. Very simple car. It does use a car plate, and sometimes these plates are broken or cracked when you get them off of eBay, and you're kind of a messed up situation, but you can save them. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, this car you can just clip it onto the, yeah, playing with Lego, and imagine that. And then you just crank it just with one hand. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Yep. There it is. Of course, we know that back, usually use dollies to flatbeds to haul your cars. Because, of course, this kind of car would probably drag. But, oh well. Anyways, let's set this aside now. And let's go back one more year. This one is definitely broken. Maybe the other one's working. This one, to see how sloppy it is. Now, this Curious, this is a goods truck or goods lorry. These were primarily, I think, in Europe. But this has a yellow printed 1x6. And if you want to know something interesting, is these doors don't quite match because these are actually painted. Yeah, like the zombie scene on the original Dawn of the Dead. I can't open the door. There it is. But these doors are painted. Clear doors are painted yellow. And sometimes they don't quite match, like this one doesn't. Many years ago, or a number of years ago, I made a mock-up with a double door, like kind of a 6x6, And these were the pallets, and these are goods. And if you notice, these studs are solid. Didn't have the hollow studs yet back then. And there's a little spring-loaded forklift that comes with this, so you can, unload those. And the cool car that came, because you remember this, what I want to point about this car is a windshield, is 2x3s. Well, before those were made, the same car was made with a 2x3 on one side and 1x2. So in other words, you had the 2x4 and then 2x2, because the 2x4 already existed. It is exactly the same car, except it has a tow hook. And that's all plated together, so it is actually the same height. And the reason it had a tow hook is because it was called the Caravan set. I'm not going to actually snap it because these get very fragile. But there's your little camper, and this is a nasty looking brick. Old classic windows, and it's got a door on the back, which is kind of cool. Even has a little skylight design on top, which is cool. It looks like a camper from the era. Nowadays, they'd probably put some anti-stud here to keep that from popping off, but it really doesn't. I'm not going to actually attach it, but if you want to see how it looks sort of like that. I actually had two of them handy. This is probably a cleaner one. I feel a little bit like Rick Zara right now, but don't have his collection. But so so these cars were fun as a kid because you had this truck out here too. So you could mock up parts, make like a beat up one or like crash up derby. The cars all look the same. You could modify them a little bit. But imagination when you're a kid. Plus, if you had the older cars, you could put the studs on here and make great junk cars. Really a lot of fun, actually. I mean, just like kind of cool. And yeah, at this point, I'm kind of actually half playing more than talking about these cars. And video's kind of getting long. Anyway, it's really appreciate this conversation. Great community out there. And hey, drop a comment. Let me know what you're working on or what you think about these old sets. If you like old sets, new sets, everything in between. Because remember, today's new sets, someday will be old sets. Y'all take care. Ciao.